Athletes are now in the hands of the starter.
So away we go here in Spain, our 5th stop on the T100 this year. Up first, a 2-kilometre swim on the Debord swim course, broken up into 2 1-kilometre laps. That's a really great shot there, because you can see them start to hit dry land, or not even dry land, sorry, land. It's still very much wet as they're coming out the sea. And the various techniques there on offer as they make their way out of the water. And we're going to start to get our first timing splits.
I have a feeling that Sam Dickinson. I think if there's something that the Brits have done well is their ins and outs on the beaches, and that's been, you know, just some great work, and dare I say, spending some time down in Australia more than likely.
Well, that's Hayden Wild there in the pink cap, not far behind his rival this season, emerging as Yellow Geens. Some going for the walk, some going for the porpoise, but they do make their way onto the beach now. And you can see them all come together, couldn't you?
Not knocking over your helmet, just going about the process.
So Sam Dickinson getting his swim skin off. Rico Bogan.
He's opting to go for socks already.
Yeah. And because they're all so close together, quite a chaotic transition zone. A lot of them all within a few seconds. So Hayden Wild makes his way out of that transition zone.
It appears someone has also already knocked off a bottle.
Yeah.
You can see it.
So I think that's... Is that number 6? Yeah, that's Carl Smith.
So it sounds like Carl been...
Didn't see a card presented there.
But you could overhear him saying that he had been blocked.
Carl Smith making his point known as they're still bunching up here. Hayden's in the mix, don't forget as well. There he comes.
They hit the run, they might have that full glaring sun. I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary. The humidity is not extremely high like the likes of, say, somewhere like Singapore. I don't think, given the conditions right now, it's a problem, but I tell you who is struggling is these.
Yeah, so right now we've got Rico Bogan and Carl Smith both being, well, we assume, given a drafting penalty. And they're being made to wait here. Carl Smith shaking his head, clearly not happy with what's happening.
It is a super frustrating place to be. Like, nobody wants a penalty, but in these circumstances, like, it is race rules, as unfortunate as it is. And you have to, like, as part of, like, adapting to racing and knowing how to, you know, use your adrenaline before the start, you also need to know how to contain your emotion and energy in these sorts of circumstances. And someone like Carl really does wear his energy and his heart on his sleeve. And I think for him, he's really, like, you at this point in the game, you can't fight it. Like, it is what it is. You've been handled the penalty, but you can also just waste a heck of a lot of energy arguing over something that really can't. Nothing can be done about it right now. They're not doing it easy by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, as easy as he's making it look, if you want a reflection of just how hard Rico Bogan is working, you can see the sweat there dripping down. Almost like one drip a minute. Sorry, one drip every 10 seconds, wasn't it? It was very, very sweaty work out there as the heat starts to come down here in Spain. Just back with the back of the field in the men's race, you can see Jessica Learmonth and Kate Woff there overtaking him. It looks like he's got an issue. Looks like he's got something perhaps not right.
We really don't know how he's going to fare. Is he going to get excited when he sees Yella's heels? I don't know.
You would have to think so. I think any of these athletes that have got the opportunity to be reading the back of their race suits, it's got to give you some level of confidence.
So into the transition zone they come. 80 kilometres done, 2 kilometres in the water done, just 18 kilometres left. in this T100 race. Rico Bogan getting his helmet off. Really weathered the storm of a really challenging bike ride, as we said. Had that drafting penalty. What have you seen?
Shoulder to shoulder. Did you see it?
Yeah.
But
and Yella's had a quicker transition than Hayden.
And yeah, Yella out in front, which didn't happen in France, and Hayden still got to take his helmet off. And he takes his cap and he gets away. But yeah, you're right, that was a decent transition from Yella.
Yella was very quick out there.
I mean, I just think coming in after 80k of bike and 2k of swimming to be able to turn it around that quickly is always so impressive.
That's Yella Geens, but lurking behind, 10 seconds behind in fact, is Hayden Wild. So he's managed to close the gap a bit. It was 18 seconds just at the start of the run. So Hayden running quicker than Yella. I guess the question is, has Yella got anything else? And how hard is Hayden pushing? Yeah, he's done that with Rico a few times this season. He's just sort of lingered behind.
It's just, you know, it's almost like, you know, like in training you have these nemesis on your shoulder, like you use them all the time. And right now Hayden's just literally playing to that and just breathing down his neck.
Go, 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 go.
Well, either way, it really is setting itself up, isn't it, for an incredible finish here. And Hayden has now gone into the lead.
Hayden's deciding to take some ice and letting, tactically, whether he's just also, he plays a different game, if I'm honest.
Managed to take out a tiny bit of a lead there over Yella. I say a tiny bit, it's actually gone to sort of 3-4 meters, something like that. No longer racing right next to each other. Hayden Wild is potentially making a decisive move here.
You can see him, he's just starting to stride out. He's kind of like throws his arms a little bit, almost, yeah, just kind of relaxes himself. And I mean, it's so crazy how relaxed he looks going this speed.
He's really pulled away, hasn't he, from Yella, Emma?
He's put in, it didn't appear like a huge surge, but I feel like he's just slowly put his foot on the accelerator to a point where the elastic band just broke relatively quickly, just in a way that I actually don't need to put a sprint on. I just need to put my foot down, but break Yella, and yeah, it looks very clear and evident that he's done that in a very short space of time.
But not long left to go. The final few corners for Hayden Wild, who quite frankly is making this T100 business look rather easy. He's onto the blue carpet. He's got a run that knocks the socks off of even the great Yella Geens. He raises his finger in the air. This is going to be 4 wins in 4 races for Hayden Wild. And the scary thing is, it's his debut season on the T100. Hayden Wild wins here in Spain.
I think for Yella, he realises that he's put his best out there today, given, you know, Hayden, there's always only one winner. There's always someone better on the day, and today that's proven to be the case. So what he feels after this and what he goes back and does, you know, for the drawing board for the rest of the season, I think he's probably going to be scratching his head a little bit.
Well, I'll get to ask him in a few moments' time, but Yella Geens onto the blue carpet. A few high fives with the brilliant crowd we've got here in Spain. But this has to be the most exciting battle right to the death. Jonas Schomburg, I think he's just found an extra gear on that final few 100 meters. This roundabout, he's making his way through onto the blue carpet. There it is. An incredible performance from an athlete who only 6 days ago raced full distance. This is so impressive. I cannot wait to understand what his week has consisted of. But Jonas Schomburg over the line, and he can take a very well-deserved seat.
Truly incredible. I actually wonder what Hayden's got to ask Jonas about that.
Mathis Margirier coming home in 4th, and another hugely impressive performance from Sam Dickinson. He was on the podium in France. Couldn't quite get onto the podium here today, but make no mistake, 5th place in this field is hugely, hugely impressive. I get the feeling, Emma, we might just be hearing more about Sam Dickinson on the T100 in the future. Race results down here. And just confirmation then that it was Hayden Wilde who won the fastest run of anyone, which again is no surprises given how easy he made that look. Jelle Geens came home in 2nd. Good, interesting to learn about that bike crash as well. Jonas Schomburg, as we've just spoken to him, he finished in 3rd. Matisse Margirier in 4th. Sam Dickinson with the fastest swim of anyone in 5th. Moreno of Spain in 6th. Yuri Kulin in 7th. Menno Koolhaas in 8th. Gregory Barnaby in 9th. And Rico Bogan with the fastest bike of anyone. That's a clean sweep, I think, in the T100. He finished in 10th. So here's what it means for the standings. And Hayden Wilde with a perfect 140 points, which he will take to Qatar. Jelle Geens in 2nd, and Rico Bogan in 3rd. Mikinu obviously not here this weekend, but he's in 4th. Matisse Margirier propels himself up the standings with another good result here. Martin van Riel in 6th, Yuri Kulin in 7th, Gregory Barnaby in 8th. Antonio Benito Lopez also not here this weekend in 9th, and Menno Koolhaas rounds out the top 10.